He's back. What is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to That's a Shoot, my weekly episodic show. And I hope it will be weekly in this new 2020. That is my resolution for 2023. That this goes back to being a weekly episodic show, while I talk about what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. And originally, I was going to talk about something. Talk about what I wanted to see happen in 2023. We'll maybe push that back to next week. Maybe. Who knows what's going to happen over the next 7 days? Because we get breaking news yesterday that Vince McMahon was eyeing a return to pursue a sale of WWE. And it was breaking news yesterday. I didn't jump in with a rapid reaction because I knew that I was going to do that shoot today. And when you know it, this morning, more breaking news. He has been restored to the board of directors, along with two former members of the board that he had fired in the past. We're going to go through everything and talk about it and just be real. So let's start here. I got a article from Bleacher Report by Joseph Zucker. Let's go ahead and read this title. Report. Vince McMahon eyeing WWE return to pursue sale after misconduct allegations. Former WWE Chairman Vince McMahon is looking to make a return to the company in order to pursue selling it, according to the Wall Street Journal's Lauren Thomas. WWE announced that last June, McMahon voluntarily stepped back from his responsibilities as CEO and chairman of the board as he was investigated for alleged misconduct, including sexual harassment. He abruptly announced his retirement in July. Thomas reported the 77-year-old wrote a letter to WWE's board of directors in late December indicating he wanted to come back. Quote, Mr. McMahon has a majority voting power through his ownership of WWE's Class B stock and has told the company that he is electing himself and two former co-presidents and directors, Michelle Wilson and George Barrios, to the board, the people said. The move to reinstate Mr. McMahon, which the board previously rebuffed, and all others will require three current directors to vacate their positions. McMahon confirmed his intentions in a statement and said he expects to assume the role of executive chairman of the board. Quote, McMahon's new role will enable unified decision-making through the company's upcoming media rights negotiations and a parallel full review of the company's strategic alternative, which Mr. McMahon believes is the right course of action and in the best interest of WWE and WWE shareholders amidst the current dynamics in the media and entertainment industry. As Mr. McMahon has communicated to the board, he believes there is a narrow window of opportunity to create significant value for all shareholders, and that to do so, the strategic alternative review must occur in tandem with the media rights and negotiations. He also expressed to the board that he believes these two initiatives McMahon's direct participation, leadership, and support as controlling shareholder. McMahon's departure came after the Wall Street Journal published multiple stories detailing payments totaling $12 million to resolve allegations of sexual misconduct. The journal's Ted Mann and Joe Palazzo reported on July 25th the Securities and Exchange Commission and federal prosecutors were looking into the settlements because the settlements weren't reflected in WWE's official accounting. Thomas's report and McMahon's statement both emphasized WWE's upcoming media rights deal as a driving force behind his attempted comeback. In 2018, the company announced that it struck 5-year contracts, which went into effect October 2019 with USA Networks to broadcast Raw and SmackDown respectively. For decades, McMahon was synonymous with WWE, a significant on-screen presence. Given the allegations surrounding him now, his return might prove counterproductive. Thomas reported that the WWE board said it unanimously agreed that Mr. McMahon's return to the business wouldn't be in shareholders' best interests. This will once again bring long-standing palace intrigue surrounding WWE to the fore as well. Excuse me. Wrestling fans have wondered what a post-Vince McMahon future would look like. It seemed as though one of his children, saying on Stephanie or his son-in-law Paul Levesque would be a natural successor to the throne. However, McMahon offered telling comments in an interview with Pat McAfee last March. Quote, you have to be objective, and look at family members or whoever it is just as you would other employees. And quite frankly, I probably expected more, out of my family members, which is not probably the right thing to say. But nonetheless, it's like you have to do the right thing for business. So if this person is not working out, then they shouldn't be a part of the company, unquote. At the time, Shane McMahon had been fired from WWE, and Levesque, who wrestled as Triple H, was still recovering from his heart surgery, thus had seen his influence behind the scenes lessen. Stephanie McMahon then unexpectedly took a leave of absence last May. Once the Wall Street Journal's report forced McMahon to step aside, Stephanie McMahon and her husband retained influential roles within the company. Stephanie McMahon became a co-CEO along with Nick Khan, while Levesque resumed his duties as Executive Vice President of Talent Relations. He also replaced McMahon as WWE's head of creative. Wow. It is so report. I got a couple more articles here to read. So that's just talking about the Vince McMahon coming back, wants to pursue a sale of WWE. Who knows if that's true or not? But Vince McMahon has come back. So let's read some of these other articles that's focused on the same thing. This one's from written by David Goldman. Title: Wall Street Journal, Vince McMahon plots to return to WWE. CNN. Vince McMahon, the former World Wrestling Entertainment chief executive, who retired from the company last year following a hush money and sexual harassment scandal, is plotting a return to WWE, the Wall Street Journal reported Thursday. The WWE has disclosed multiple expenses that McMahon hasn't disclosed, totaling $19.6 million, which forced the company to revise its financial statements for 2019, 2020, and 2021. My mouth is so dry, and so if you see me sipping water, that's because I'm frothing up at the mouth for some reason. I have no idea what's going on. Although many of the payments related to the company's investigation of his alleged sexual misconduct with former employees, the Wall Street Journal also reported in August 2022 that McMahon made undisclosed payments to a hold on, wait. The Wall Street Journal also reported in August 22 that McMahon made undisclosed payments it's just very, very weird. $5 million. I guess that should be up to. I think that she just made disclosed payments up to $5 million to former President Donald Trump's charity, the Donald J. Trump Foundation, in 2007 and 2009. The Journal in July reported McMahon paid more than $12 million to four women, including one from the prior report, to cover up allegations of sexual misconduct and infidelity. Now, the 77-year-old McMahon is attempting to come back. He retains majority voting power in the company through his stockholders, and he has informed the board that he will elect himself and two former associates as director, the Journal reported Thursday. The board previously turned down McMahon's attempt to reinstate himself to the board, and three current board members will have to step down for McMahon and his associates to join, according to the Journal. The board said it would work with McMahon to review company's business practices, but it said it did not believe his return to the board would be in the company's best interest, the Journal said. It also asked McMahon to repay the undisclosed expenses. McMahon's daughter, Stephanie McMahon, took over as board chair and co-CEO after Vince McMahon's retirement in July. WWE and Vince McMahon did not immediately respond to a request for comment. So that's from CNN.com. Then we have one article from Fox News that I'm going to read. Now, I'm going to see if this is. I may do some selective editing if it's the same thing over and over again, because there are some things that read in the Wall Street Journal, but it's been everywhere, so I can send it to you. So, .com, by Scott Thompson. Title: Vince McMahon plotting return to WWE intends to sell the company report. He's reportedly plotting his way back into WWE. Vince McMahon, he is resigning and in turn retired after a slew of misconduct allegations. Now, McMahon is hoping that upon his return, a sale of the company can occur. The Wall Street Journal reports, despite legal demands from two women who are alleging sexual misconduct. Quote, WWE is entering a critical juncture in its history with upcoming media rights negotiations coinciding with increased industry-wide demand for quality content and live events, and with more companies seeking to own the intellectual property of their platforms, McMahon said in a statement. The only way the WWE can fully capitalize on this opportunity is for me to return as executive chairman and support the management team in the negotiations for our media rights and to combine that with review of strategic alternatives. My return will allow WWE as well as the transaction counterparties to engage in these processes knowing that they would have the support of the controlling shareholder. WWE's live rights for Raw and SmackDown are a large source of revenue for the business, and they are set to expire in 2024. McMahon now sees as the right time to sell because of that. The Journal reported earlier that McMahon paid millions of dollars in hush money to several former WWE employees for this alleged sexual misconduct. Okay, McMahon reportedly received a letter from former wrestling referee Rita Chatterton on November 3rd demanding $11.75 million in damages following a 3-decade-old accusation that McMahon had raped her in a limo. Then another email, McMahon's attorneys accused him of assaulting a former spa manager in 2011 at a California hotel. She alleged McMahon assaulted her while at a WWE event in town. McMahon reportedly refuses to pay settlements to these two women. The Journal also noted in an earlier report that McMahon was under investigation by the WWE board for an alleged $3 million payment to a former employee that he allegedly had an affair with. The investigation began in April. Okay, so, so that's it. It's some of the stuff that it's. Okay, so that's on that. So, what the 3 articles I just read prior. What something that it didn't have in it that's a very interesting talk that he kind of blackmailed and kind of holding this company on hostage because he had said that as controlling owner of shareholder of stock, majority owner of stock, that he would not approve a deal rights or sale, a TV rights deal, if he was not named the executive, chairman of directors. So he was kind of basically holding his company hostage, believe it or not. So that was a very interesting thing that happened. And then, like I said earlier today, this happened. He was restored. This is from Cultaholic.com, written by Aiden Gibbons. Title: Vince McMahon restored to WWE Board of Directors. Vince McMahon is officially back in WWE. In a filing with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission on January 5th, it has been confirmed that Vince McMahon acted by written consent to remove Joe Ellen Lyons Dillon, Jeffrey R. Speed, and Alan M. Wexler from the board of directors. In their place, McMahon and former WWE co-presidents George Barrios and Michelle Wilson have been elected to the board effective immediately. As previously noted, McMahon expects to be appointed executive chairman of the board, which will require the board of directors' consent. McMahon plans to do this to be involved in the upcoming media rights negotiations and a strategic review of the company. The Wall Street Journal also noted McMahon is returning to pursue a sale of the company. If he is not installed as executive chairman of the board, McMahon reportedly plans to not support or approve any media rights deal or sale, which I just mentioned. Internal reactions to McMahon's return have not been positive, with talent and staff said to be floored. While some of the company noted they wanted to leave and McMahon come back. McMahon was previously WWE CEO and chairman, but he resigned in July of 2022 amidst extensive misconduct and hush money scandal. He remained the company's majority shareholder, and he holds 81% of the voting power within WWE. And to go along with all of that, Sean Ross Sapp has reported on his Twitter account Ignace Lahoud and Manjeet Singh have resigned from the board of WWE as of today. Manjeet Singh was the leading investigator on the Vince McMahon investigation internally. So that's some side eyes, going up there. So the guy who was the lead investigator of the Vince McMahon scandal has now resigned since he's come back. And that kind of makes you wonder, what's going on there, right? So yeah, there is a lot of stuff that's going on. There will be a WWE meeting today, employee meeting today. These are at 2:30. So it is absolutely what is it's absolutely what is going on today. So it is this is unreal, y'all. This is really some unreal that's going on. Vince McMahon is back, and right now he's just the executive chairman of the WWE board of directors. He has said that he is going to do nothing with the management team. That he believes that Nick Khan, Stephanie, and Triple H are going to just continue doing what they're doing, and he is just there to act as a buffer. So we will see what happens with this. And we never would have thought that man would be coming back. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I think, and this is not to say, and this is not me saying that I think that um, the allegations against him are false. I'm not saying that. I don't know that. I'm not saying that he's innocent or anything like that. I don't know. Nobody knows. These are, like I said, these are all allegations. We don't know. He's saying that they're false. The women are saying that it's true. It's a he said, she said thing, and nobody knows. But that being said, I think this feels right. This feels right to have Vince back in the company. This is his company. He should be on the executive board of directors. Now him doing the creative or anything like that, yeah, maybe that's not something that he should be doing. But he should be a part of this company in some form or fashion. This is his company. Bought it from his father. So that's what it should be. So this is a truly incredible start to the first year of 2023 as we go from 2022 craziness right into 2023 hilarity and everything like that. So yeah, so we'll see what it's going. We'll see if this is just a plot to get Vince back into the company, and maybe he'll slowly but surely start taking back over things, including creative, including talent relations and things like that. Or is this really truly what's going to happen? That he's just here to help with the media rights and a sale. And let's talk about that with the sale. I know that this thing sale is happening. This is big business and things like this. But yes, I will be very honest with you. I do not like the fact that he could sell it. That the WWE could be sold. Because when WCW, when Jim Crockett Promotions was sold from Jim Crockett to Ted Turner and Internal Network and things like that, it completely changed, and that started the downfall of WCW. Even though that they had that great 1995 or 96, whatever those one of those years where it was the first time in forever they had actually made a profit. I don't know if it was 95 or it was 96 or maybe even 97. I'm not really sure which year exactly it was, but one of those years, WCW made a profit, And it was the only profit year that they made a profit. So it is just weird. And I don't want to see. I always thought this would be like a hand-me-down business where when where you would go down to you know you know you would go from Vince to Shane and Stephanie, Shane and Stephanie to their kids and their kids, yada yada yada, right? But maybe this is just what you do with business. You get to a point to where you just want to just it's just you built this company up to the point to where it is this big juggernaut, and it's the biggest wrestling company ever. It's the biggest right now. It's the best right now, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you still can't have you know Vince can still be around. Triple H and Stephanie and Nick Khan, they can't be around, and do what they need to do for the company and do what they want to do for the company. But it just it just is kind of just in it kind of hits you around that the owners of the company will not be named McMahon. So yeah, that's a very interesting thing. And then you talk about, well, who's the best to own? Who's it to own WWE? Is it who does it? And the more I think about it, the more I think it is simply it is simple that it should be ESPN or Disney, right? Um, and it's just simple because Disney owns ESPN and they own Hulu. You already have like Raw and SmackDown things on Hulu, so you can just put the WWE network, Peacock, whatever. You can just you can buy Peacock out from or buy them out, buy NBC Universal out from Peacock, right? And just put all the stuff on the Disney on the Hulu channel on the Hulu app, and have to just be WWE Network channel. You can do that. Go ahead, or you can put it in the ESPN, right? And then you have WWE on ESPN. We have so many ESPN channels, right? You have ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News, ESPNU, right? And there's other ESPNs, and then you also have the other channels like ABC. But I don't know if you're gonna put, they own ABC. They own FX, which I thought was a Fox product, but no, Disney owns FX, and you can put those on FX. You can put the TV shows on FX, but Raw and SmackDown on FX and in NXT on FX. Or you can still barter with NBC Universal and have Raw still be on USA. Who knows? You just you put SmackDown on FX. So many things that you can do and you can talk about, think about, and it's something that I have to get used to get used to the fact that there is a great chance that this will be sold, and you just have to get used to that. And just because something is sold doesn't mean that it has to change. It can still be what you've always wanted. It can still be great, and still be what you watch every Monday, every Tuesday, every Friday, and every month on a premium live event. It can still be all of that. The only thing it just changes, who owns the company, and and maybe who runs it. So yeah, we'll see. And then of course there's always the spot of, well, yeah, he ventures telling a fib, and he's not really going to sell it. He's just coming back to that he can be the executive director, and then surely but surely by by WrestleMania it'll be announced that Vince is being the head of creative again and things like that. So we've got a whole lot of stuff to talk about. So yeah, there you have it. I believe that is all. I don't think I missed a part of this just tremendous story to start 2023 in the world of professional wrestling. I don't think I missed anything. So yeah, I think we've covered pretty much everything. If more news breaks, I will try to jump in with a rapid reaction to things like that. It may not be big thing. It just may be from my phone, a rapid reaction, a quick dilly dally of what's going on. Maybe we'll come back later and we'll talk about doing like a special That's a Shoot on it. But who knows? So, but yeah, as I was starting 2023, Vince McMahon back in WWE. Unreal. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about this situation with Vince McMahon and WWE. Do you have worries? Do you have anything about Vince coming back? Do you have anything about what's happening, about worries about a sale of WWE? Let me know down in the comment section what you feel like. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Go to patreon.com/AJTrip to become a patron. Once I hit a certain amount of patrons, you will be able to determine what you will see here on my YouTube channel, AJTrip. What video games I play on Twitch, twitch.tv/AJTrip20. I have to have the video games, or you can buy the video game for me, either way. Or what are you doing on my podcast, The Word According to Me? It's wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, it should be there. Just search The Word According to Me. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy, AJTrip, signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.